Good morning, welcome to episode 20. Crazy. This is going to be a different episode. It's going to be a bit, I wouldn't say special, but there's been a big change in my life, in my head. A big decision that I've made, a big change that's going to change the course of my future and where the series is going as well, since it's just following my life. I've just got back from the opticians, actually. I went there this morning. This is my second time trying to get contact lenses in. I just can't get them in. I've got really strong eye reflexes or whatever. So if anything's going in my eye, my eye just clench it. I can't. Yeah. So I've got to practice opening my eye up and then touching my eye, which sounds so strange. But it's actually quite fitting that I went to the opticians today because my vision has completely changed. So I've decided that I'm quitting chasing my dreams. I'm no longer going to pursue videography. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, Tom, what? So basically, I'm going to continue with my current clients. Obviously, that would be stupid if I didn't. If anyone comes to me and wants me to make them a film or a video or do some editing, of course I will do that. I still enjoy it. I still love doing videography, but I'm no longer going to pursue trying to become, a full-time sustainable freelance videographer. So I made the decision pretty quick. Just over this weekend, I was thinking about it, considering it. I journaled a lot and I spoke a lot to the people around me. And I kind of just came to the conclusion that this is what was best. And so instead of doing videography, get ready, I'm going to be pursuing a full-time job or career in becoming a data engineer. And I know what you're now thinking. Tom, you've never once mentioned data engineer, nor data, nor becoming an engineer, or anything to do with coding. And you are absolutely correct. But don't worry, I'm still going to be doing YouTube. I still love it. It still scratches that creative itch that I have. YouTube, I feel, for me, is really fulfilling. So that's not changing. And if opportunities come up with videography, I will take them. I'm going to treat it as more of a side hustle from now on. And so in this video, it's still going to be a normal series episode, but it's going to be a bit different. And I'm going to explain everything that's going on in my head, why I've decided to pursue becoming a data engineer, why I'm leaving the videography thing that I've been doing for the last 6 months, kind of in the past. This episode will tell you why I've decided to change my whole plan and why I've quit chasing my dreams. Let's get to it. But first, I need to take you back to the beginning. 2012. 13 years ago, I started secondary school. I'd recently saved up all of my money, £120, to buy this green bike from Halfords. I thought pink handlebars were cool at the time. I'm not really too sure about it looking back. I found it hard to make friends in school. I was probably considered unpopular, and I don't think it was because of my pink handlebars. I have a number of bad memories from school during that time, as I'm sure everyone does. Maybe it's just my memory, focusing on the bad, but I had my best friends from primary school who I'd spend most of my time with in school. After school, I'd play on my 3DS, playing Mario Kart, Mario Sticker Star, Clash of Clans. I'd call my cousin Ben, who you've probably seen in videos, on the landline phone as we'd race together online, trying to get 20,000 coins to earn the golden cart. I'd also message my friends and family on a 3DS app called Nintendo Letterbox. It's so funny to see the messages on there now. In 2013, I got a PS Vita for my birthday. I played Need for Speed Most Wanted and Little Big Planet all the time. Ben and I never needed the landline phone ever again, since we now had the party. In 2014, I'd saved up enough money from Christmas and birthdays to buy a PS4. I'd now play Call of Duty Ghosts and finally, Minecraft. I played this game so much. I felt so free in the game. I loved survival and playing the same world and building it up. In 2015, I was playing Destiny every day with Ben and Jamie. I remember this to be my favourite game of all time. The loot was so hard to get since every drop was RNG, random number generation. It was so fun grinding for loot and being competitive online. It just felt so exciting. 2016 was the first year I seriously remember asking myself, what do I want to do? We all made CVs in Tutor. I wrote on mine that my goal was to obtain a well-paid job. I was absolutely clueless. That summer, Jamie and I had work experience for 2 weeks in a gym. It showed me what it was like to have a job, but it didn't help me know what I wanted to do at all. I still had no idea what I was going to do when I grew up. But I also met Charlotte this year, so that was very lucky. Right, sorry to interrupt the story, but I need to go. I'm taking Charlotte to an appointment, and I need to get on with the coding. I need to start learning today. I don't have time to go through the entire story today, but this is a vlog. I'll go through the story when I can, when I'm journaling. It might take the whole week to get to the end, we'll see. I guess there's 2 stories going on at the same time, except they're all part of the same story. Okay, so for lunch today, we have another pot noodle in my metal container, but we also have a tuna salad thing that I made. Right, so I'm at work today. I've started learning Python. Seems cool. It seems not too far off MATLAB so far. It's very basic at the moment. I'm just learning about variables, and I mean, that's pretty much it. But that's similar to MATLAB. MATLAB is a coding platform that I did do at uni a little bit, so I know a little bit about coding. Although, in secondary school, when I was in like year 9 and 10, I did actually do like computer science, but I never tried. All I did in those classes was mess around with my friends. I had all my friends in that class, and I didn't pay any attention. I don't think I learned a single thing. I can't remember a single thing, and I didn't really see the importance of it at the time. And I was thinking earlier, when I become a data engineer, it's gonna be so strange. Like, I pictured like being back in that classroom, and like God came down and told the teacher who was gonna like be what, and then there's just this kid over there just like messing around, not paying any attention, who literally knows nothing about coding, and then they're told that that person's gonna become a data engineer and is working hard at the gym, and is fairly disciplined and wants to make the best of himself. I think that's a stark comparison. And another funny thing is that I thought of is I recently did a personality test. It's like out of 16 personalities, you're one of them. I think I got architect. No, I did get architect. I got INTJ. But it just made me think how my personality, or at least for that test, would have been vastly different like throughout my life so far, and it'll probably be different in a couple more years and whatever. Maybe even like next week. But it just shows how like fluid our being is, you know, and how much our experiences can change the way we think and feel. And yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Anyway, I'm on my lunch break. I have a little bit of time to get on with the story of my life if you want to hear it. So, where were we? 2017 was the year of my GCSEs. I had no clue what I wanted to do after leaving school. I knew I liked video games, and that was kind of it. I was so naive. I honestly knew nothing at all. Because I only knew that I liked video games, I applied for a video game development course in college. I did the interview and I got accepted. I remember coming home after and playing Destiny and just feeling quite directionless. I then applied for A-levels, and I ultimately went for that instead. I got my results in the August, I think, and they went okay. I passed all of my GCSEs except history. I got an F in history, but I also got an A in English literature. I started my A-levels doing science, English literature, media, and English media. I also got my first part-time job. I was washing up for £4.50 an hour. I thought it was awesome, until I realised it really wasn't much money at all. In 2018, I continued doing my A-levels, but instead of studying, I was pretty much just playing Fortnite every day. By the end of my first year of A-levels, I had earned 2 U's and 2 passes. I just wasn't trying hard enough. In fact, I was barely trying. I remember the head of A-levels advised me to apply for college in case I couldn't carry on with A-levels. Instead, I did carry on, but I did media, English media, and an EPQ. I also got a new washing up job, this time earning £6 an hour. Right, sorry about that, but that's all the time I have. My lunch break is over. I haven't even finished my food. Please get back to work. Laura, you're wearing my jumper. You're wearing my jumper. I'll take it off you, come on. Ooh. Right, so I've just been coding on data camp for the last hour. It's hard. It's basically a new language. That is actually what it is, isn't it? So I've just been learning about data structures. So you have sets, dictionaries, tuples, something like that, and then lists. It's hard to remember all of this, but apparently with coding, like even as an experienced coder, you'll constantly use Google to, relearn stuff or know how to do this function or whatnot and look at other people's code. But I think the key is with becoming a good coder is that you kind of just learn a process and you kind of just learn, the streamline of how to solve a problem using code. I think that's what I heard on a YouTube video at least. Right now I'm doing if statements, which I actually have done before on MATLAB, so I'm feeling okay about this. Anyway, I've been doing that for a little bit. I think it's time to do a little bit of journaling. 2019. This was the year I passed my driving test and bought this car. A green KA with a rusty hole in the door. It got me from A to B, so overall I was pretty happy with it. 2019 was a pretty special year because I found a new passion. In media, our final project was to make a short film. We had to write, script, plan, storyboard, film and edit everything. And then you'd made a film. I loved the whole process of it, and my film was called Policeman Max, a silly cop comedy film with a 21-minute runtime. I was so proud of it, and I didn't show any of my friends or family until our premiere evening. It was the most proud I'd ever felt of something, and I'm still quite proud of me looking back. So since I loved making that film, I decided to go and do film at Southampton Solent University. But I struggled being away from home at that time, and I also almost got mugged on the second day there, so that didn't help. But basically I realised that studying film just wasn't really for me. I didn't want to be a small part in a big film, I just wanted to make my own stuff. Before I left uni, I hunted online to try and find a new course. Civil engineering came up. I loved Minecraft. Buildings are cool. Civil engineering sounds cool, was basically my thought pattern. So I left Southampton to have a gap year to then pursue civil engineering the next year. Right, good morning. So it's Thursday today. I'm not working today, but then I'm working all day Friday, half day on Saturday, all day on Sunday, and then all day on Monday. And then next week I'm actually going away, but I'll speak more about that in the next episode. So I don't have much time to get stuff done. If I don't start working on episode 19 today, it's 100% not coming out tomorrow. And then it's definitely not going to be even coming out next week. So I've kind of got to make a decision here. Do I edit the series or do I practice coding? As much as I want to edit the series, I think it's beneficial for me to focus a bit more on the coding. I'll try and start the edit today so I do get into it a little bit, but later on I'll explain exactly why I'm doing coding and why I've put videography on a bit of a back burner to be a side hustle. But for now, I'm actually going to try the Pomodoro technique. Yeah, it's currently almost 10 a.m, so for the next 2 hours, I'm just going to go hard on coding. When I say go hard, it basically just means I just need to focus and try and learn. Anyway, the Pomodoro technique I've never used before, but basically you do work for 25 minutes and then you have like a 5-minute break, and then you do work for 25 minutes and 5-minute break, and then you do that like 4 times. And then you take like a bit of a longer break and then you can restart it. But apparently it can help you stay focused and productive, so I'm going to give it a try. gonna do it until 12 o'clock, so give me 2 hours of just pure learning. Right, 2 hours of Pomodoro on learning to code is done. I think it's time for yet another omelette. Then 2020 happened, the year the world shut down. But right before then, I'd started a new job in a retirement home, this time earning £8.50 an hour, which I felt like I was earning a lot of money back then. I got accepted to do civil engineering with a foundation year, but then COVID happened. And all I did for months on end was go to work, play Warzone with Ben and Jamie, call Charlotte, and go for a run once a week. I do miss hopping on PS4 and playing with the boys every day, but that's kind of all I miss. Eventually I started learning maths again in preparation for my degree, but I lacked self-belief and was unsure I was even smart enough for uni. And admittedly, in my maths GCSE, I got a low C, literally the lowest pass you could get. But it felt like it was uni or working at the retirement home forever. At the end of the year, I bought a PS5 and I built my first PC. I could now edit at home, and so on the 12th of December 2020, I started this YouTube channel. The first video I uploaded was 14 Christmas gifts every guy wants. In 2021, I uploaded 4 YouTube videos, but after February, I didn't know what to make, and so I gave up. One notable video though was my first ever vlog. It feels quite nostalgic to me whenever I watch it. This year I also got into crypto, I made some money, lost the money, then made it a little bit back again. I also finished and passed my foundation year with a grade over 70%. I really tried and studied hard on that, and to be honest I'm quite proud that I got a grade that good. That summer, the COVID lockdown eased, and so I started the gym for the first time. I didn't really know what I was doing at all, but I'd always felt a little bit insecure about being skinny, and I was just determined to put on some muscle. Before my proper first year at uni, I was really close to switching to banking and finance, but ultimately I didn't. In September, I moved to university halls, which in hindsight was one of the best decisions I have ever made. I was completely independent for the first time since those couple weeks in Southampton, and I thrived. The large amount of alone time made me think and reflect a lot, making me just more intentional about the person I wanted to be. I was forced to interact with lots of new people constantly. I knew nobody moving there, and it was uncomfortable for me in the beginning, but it was the small leap I needed, and it developed me massively. I'm really grateful that I decided to go there. In 2022, I started playing video games less and started finally uploading to my YouTube channel again. I also completed my first year at university. My self-belief was building and I was more confident than I'd ever been. In July, I then moved back to my parents' home. The cost of living at uni was just too much to carry on living there. In 2023, I was still uploading to YouTube, still living at home, and I completed my second year of uni, moving into my third and last. I was feeling so passionate about the videos I was making. I was so proud of them. I made a video about running that got 65,000 views. Uni, on the other hand, had become a little bit of a drag. I wasn't really enjoying my course too much. I'd often just daydream about making videos in my lectures. And then 2024, it was much of the same until I finally graduated in July and decided to start my life after university series. Since I loved making videos on YouTube, my goal was to earn £3,200 a month without working full-time, and instead through multiple income streams consisting of YouTube, videography, and a part-time job. However, after 200 days since then and earning £9,149 overall, I've now completely changed my mind. Right, I felt like for what I'm about to say, the big fluffy hoodie didn't really cut it. And since this is episode 20, I wanted to have a little reference to the first episode, where I was wearing this polo shirt, explaining what my plan was. And, well, I guess I'm doing the same thing again, but it's episode 20. So I've written down pretty much all of my reasoning. I mean, all of this reasoning came from me journaling and thinking and talking to other people. So basically, I've realised that making my YouTube videos, filming with friends, feels fun. However, trying to get new clients, filming for clients, editing for clients, feels like work. And I don't mind work, right? It feels rewarding to finish a project for a client, and it feels good, just like it did when I finished a project at uni. And with that insight and, the knowledge of how hard it is to get new clients and the uncertainty of the income within videography, I think it would be reasonable to take what I love, being making my own stuff on YouTube, and continue doing that. And then take the work, but focus that into something a bit more higher paying and maybe a little bit more secure as well. Because right now, I'm not sustainable. I live in my mum's house. I can't afford or get accepted for a mortgage currently. And as time goes on, it's only going to get harder to use my degree to get a job. So I think it is a smart decision to pursue, a good job that potentially pays well, has a good work-life balance, so I can continue doing YouTube and potentially videography as a more side hustle. And then I can become self-sustainable, move out, and just be in a better place financially. I mentioned data engineering before. And I mean, in this video, the start of the week, I've never mentioned it ever before. And that's because I only found out that it existed last week. I did some research on it, and I just feel like it ticks all of the boxes. It would be problem solving, working to finish a project, and using my creativity and initiative to solve the problems. Perhaps it's not, the most perfect next chapter of my life or the most perfect decision ever, but I'm getting to the conclusion that nothing is the perfect decision. Literally nothing is the perfect next chapter, next decision, next part of my life, or maybe your life. There is no perfect path for me to take. And like my cousin Ben has told me multiple times, life only seems to make sense in reverse. When I look back on all of the things that have happened in this series where I got clients and everything, nothing felt at the time like the perfect decision. Nothing felt secure. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but looking back I can see that this led to this, that led to this, My very first client doing that small editing job for about £50 for a small business gave me the confidence to know that I can get paid for my work. But I think it's useful to just pick a path that ticks all the boxes, or at least most of the boxes, and just go for it. I made this decision extremely fast, which I felt was a bit strange. I don't feel like I'm used to making decisions super quickly, especially not ones like this that will completely change your whole life and life trajectory. But I wrote down, just because I made the decision fast doesn't make it a bad one. Pretty much every reason that I've come up with to go ahead with doing data engineering makes sense, and there doesn't seem in my mind to be much sense to not do that and continue doing videography. I think that the decision to go into data engineering and pursuing a full-time career, a secure career that pays well and so I can move out, it just makes sense. And in 3 years, if I'm working a 9-to-5 job, uploading YouTube videos, I'd have moved out and have a good work-life balance, earning £40,000 plus a year. I don't think I'd regret that at all. In fact, I'd be in a way better position than I am now, and potentially in a way better position to chase my dreams as well. With videography, I worry about the inconsistent income of doing it, and also the earning potential as well. And to get a mortgage, you need about 2 years of past business income records. And also, the stress to get more clients and the pressure to earn a certain amount of money. If I was to get a mortgage with videography, I think it would be quite a lot, especially to start with. I would still be doing filming for clients, the clients that I have. And if anyone came up to me and said, Tom, can you do some film or editing for me? I'm absolutely gonna say yes. But I'm not gonna be actively pursuing it anymore. I truly believe it's the right decision. And that's about all I can say about that. I'm excited for where it takes me. We'll see where I end up. Maybe somewhere completely different from where we first intended. So I've just applied for a data engineering apprenticeship. I guess that'll be the first of many. I feel like there's so much going on at the moment. Right, good news. I found the damn camera battery I lost last week. I looked for this for like close to 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. And guess where it was? In my camera drawer. With all my camera stuff, but it was just hidden in the corner underneath. Oh dear. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm expecting work to be fairly busy today with people booking last minute trips and coming in to get foreign currency. Hopefully it's not going to be too busy, but I think I'm being a bit naive if I say that statement. I'll tell you what, it has felt a bit disorientating being here today, just being inside all day. It's now nearly 4 o'clock. I've just come off to have my lunch break. And just coming outside, honestly, it's like I've been in a different world all day. I've been in a little box all day. It actually hasn't been that busy, to be honest. It really hasn't been as busy as I thought. There's still time for like people to get home from work, but maybe people going away have already got their currency. Coming outside and just feeling like the rain on my face and the wind in my hair. It just feels so nice. I feel like I haven't had sunlight or vitamin D in ages. Only a couple more hours left and then I'm seeing Charlotte, and yeah, it'll be a nice evening. Even with like becoming a data engineer, I'm really excited, but it's also intimidating because again I'm starting from scratch again. The job I applied for yesterday, I actually applied for 2, but the main one I actually got through the application thing, but now I've got the next stage, which is doing judgment reasoning tests, something like that, and also a numerical reasoning test. But yeah, being inside a little box all day can sometimes get to you, you know? To make myself feel better, I'll try and do more than like 100 push-ups in the next couple hours in the booth. It's so strange to do them in the little booth thing. If anyone looks at you, they'll think you're crazy, but I'm just trying my best, man. I'm just doing some press-ups. Good morning. So today I'm working from 10 till 4, so I'm working a 6-hour shift today. Last night I went to bed at 10, so for the first time this month I went to bed on time. But the really annoying thing is that I just got woken up an hour later. I feel like I've been working a lot recently, but what I have been doing, so when I haven't got any customers, I've been going on the computer and I've been learning code on the website I signed up to. Right, so I've just got home. Work was okay. I bought some Medjool dates again. I haven't had these for a while. They're so awesome. When I was at work today, I was going to leave. I went to the front door and both of the doors were locked, and I was like, not this again. I had the urge to just try and like open the door. If you've watched episode 7, you know why I'm not gonna do that again. So I went to find someone and I go up to someone and I say, excuse me, how do I get out? And then as they're helping me, we're walking towards the back of the store. They asked me how long I've been working there, and I said I've been working here around 5 months. And then I just realized how stupid it sounded that I'd worked there for nearly 5 months, and I was asking how do I leave the store. I've got a sore throat today, and that's bad because I'm meant to be going away on a trip in like a couple days. I really don't want this to get any worse. Man, I feel like I'm going crazy. I've been in a supermarket all day. I feel okay, I think. Like, a part of the way through it, I was worried I was getting a fever. My face felt warm and I just felt cold in general. Another thing I'm worried about is I haven't been wearing gloves at the supermarket the last couple of days, and I don't want to be touching too many receipts, but I've been touching receipts all day with my bare hands. I'm worried I'm going to lose all of my testosterone, so I need to buy more gloves, and I need to just, like, have a rule. I'm not touching a receipt without gloves. So tomorrow I'm going on a trip away. I don't want to say I feel better, but my throat feels a little bit less sore and I don't have any more symptoms. So I'm just hoping that throughout the day I don't get any more symptoms. Today's going to be a pretty busy day today because I need to pack, I need to, clean clothes. I need to get my hair cut finally. And then very importantly today, I need to complete some practice tests and then actually do the main tests for this job application. So yeah, it's going to be a busy day. I think my haircut's looking pretty good. I think the tests actually went well as well today. I'm not sure if I passed yet, but they're going to send me an email soon. And if I do pass, then I'll have an interview, which would be pretty incredible. Anyway, this is the end of episode 20. It's currently 7:45 and I haven't even started packing for the trip tomorrow. I can't wait to go away tomorrow. It's going to be so fun. With my illness, basically a cold. My throat is okay-ish, but now I'm getting more congested. But I can't wait to go away tomorrow. It's going to be so awesome. I have to get up at 5 a.m. because we're leaving at 5:30 to get to the airport. So it's going to be an early start, but I haven't been on a plane since June, so it's going to be so awesome. But before we go, I wrote something in my notes on my phone the other day, and I just wanted to read it to finish off the video. But before we do that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. I think the thing is, I've never ever had a clear vision of what I meant to do or what path I should take. I love video making, but it's not making a good income right now. So if I want to move on with my life, put myself into a good position, I need to do something that does put me in those positions. I don't think there'll ever be a perfect path forward or career for me in the moment. And so I've just picked one that I'm interested in and I feel like ticks the right boxes. And then I have direction and I can make progress along the path. I need a full-time job to move out at this moment in time, but maybe one day I won't to sustain myself.